Hi guys, Togo here with a new video, and this video is more of a discussion video, most likely about Arathi Basin. Not really about Warrior, but I guess you could also say a bit of Warrior gameplay related. Um, I want to talk about Arathi Basin. So we did do a lot of Arathi Basin this like day, pretty much I would say. In the morning I was like testing around. I did leave like once, so this one I left or like I got stomped. It's one or the other. And this one I left because I had to do something in the morning. And then we did do one lose in a non pre made. And then I started to play like a 5-man pre made kind of thing. And overall, the sentiment behind Arathi Basin. So I think Arathi Basin is a fantastic PG to spam if you're looking into farming honor on a fun way, I would say. AV is kind of daunting sometimes. You pretty much go through the motion, especially if you're like playing like me. You do PvP like at this like Field of Strife, and you try to get a few solo kills. As a warrior, it's not as evident because obviously you might just like get 1v5 or like have two mages on you that are frost novaing you and frostbolting you, whatever. And that is kind of things that can happen, obviously. And you don't really have an effect on you winning or losing because you are just like one guy out of 40. You could like do the PVE race kind of thing where you try to go for Drek as alliance, but it still like is very like boring. I think AV like sporadically can be fun if you're playing like how it's intended to be, so defending and be offensive and trying to push back the enemies like as a group. That's how it's intended to be. A lot of people were asking for like infinite AVs pretty much from back in the day where you had like 2 hour AVs and it is fun, quote unquote. But a lot of people are like, are in the you think you do but you don't with AV, where they say they want like 2 hour AVs, but at the end they try to rush and they try to report people that are defending, for example. So where's the truth behind that, for example? But now with Arathi Basin out and the Arathi Basin weekend, the honor is actually very, very good. Truthfully, I would say if you are defending, I have an example here. For example, here I did defend mostly in stables because I just wanted to chill like one game because I was doing like some extra stuff on the side. We did win, but I only gained 3.3k honor, and it's for a 15-minute match. For example, this one is a 21-minute match, and yes, obviously it is 6 minutes more than this one, but I also have 36 HKs, while this one I only have 11. So you see, as a Arathi Basin, if you're like doing some pre-made stuff or like even like a non-pre-made, for example, this one is a non-pre-made, it's 29 minutes though, you do get a lot of your honor from doing honorable kills, honorable killing blows, like just killing blows, kills, and just dying as little as possible and still staying in the action. So basically, if you're not dying, and even if you're not doing the killing blows, at least your friends are doing the killing blows with you or for you, and you do get the honor. And that honor is pretty big compared to AV. Obviously, it has diminishing returns. Once you have killed like 5 times the same guy, it gives you like only 50% of honor from that guy. But a solo kill is still a solo kill. Often, if they have like a rank 11 rank, for example, you do get like crazy amounts of honor just for a solo kill. You get like 400 honor, and that just builds up. Especially if you're a rogue or whatever, doing 1v1s is quite like a thing that can happen very often, especially if you're defending on hotspots, for example. You do get a lot of honor from doing that. But if you're like only defending at stables and nothing happens towards stables, you're not going to get a lot of honor from that. Now, a lot of like people did ask me like, do you want to pre-made as in Arathi Basin, or like do you have to pre-made in Arathi Basin to be able to win, or do you can you actually reliably win without a pre-made? Well, my experience is that I did most of my games as a pre-made, and the games that I lost were the games where I did not play in a pre-made. I still think that having someone shot calling saying group 3, group 2, group 1 at lumber mill, group 1 at GM, for example, and group 2 at blacksmith is pretty paramount into the success of the BG. If you have like someone actually guiding the people instead of like trying to win through the chaos of like having everyone go everywhere without any focus, that gives you a lot of chance to win. And yes, you can do that even whenever you're not in pre-made, but it's a lot easier whenever you already have like 5 guys or 6 guys or 7 guys, because you can pre-made to 15 even. But I did pre-made like with 5 guys. For all those matches, we were only 5. And then at the end, we tried to do pre-mades of 9, 10, and then 15. I think there we were like 15. Um, I would say it's kind of the same. If you have like 5 good like people that can actually like do stuff on the map and be active and like thinking about compensating where it is a loss, for example, you do have more chances to win. And we did face a lot of other pre-mates or a lot of people that were playing together as well. And without any voice, we just said like, look, we are going to go lumber mill. We have a rogue. The rogue is going to go stables and then go farm directly, because nobody's going to run into stables thinking that they can take stables easily, because we have a rogue that has taken stables. So and like they would probably think like, oh, the rogue is still there. So you can basically ghost, and if you feel like someone is rushing stables, you just don't ghost. You can see him, right? If it's a rogue, then he is still very slow to get to stable. So we have time to maybe take lumber mill, time to get blacksmith, for example. So those were the things that we're doing, and it's a lot easier to shot call when you have like 5 guys saying, oh, okay, good plan, we're going to do that. Then everyone follows, because it's like a sheep mentality. It just is what it is. At the end of the day, game is kind of the same as in real life. And I would say that if you're a warrior, most likely you want to be a pre-made, because you kind of want to have maybe one healer. And we didn't really have a healer in our pre-made, but we had like a shadow priest that were very much compensating on dispels and doing shields, for example, or pre-shielding our goes. They were like very active on the map. We had like a warlock, like he was a beast, defending at a lumber mill most of the time 1v2s, and they were like very, very good 1v2s as well. So if you take the right people with the right gear, with the right mentality, you can like solo carry like the other people that were not in the pre-made. And some people are going to be mad because you're going to shot call, because someone has to. I think like not having a shot caller in the whole BG really sucks. But if you have a shot caller in the BG, in general, you have people that are going to follow, and then you have people that are going to be aggravated because of that. For some reason, they don't like it. But that's fine. You can just put it in and ignore, because again, I think people are like mad about shot calling in a BG is really, really just sad. Like I don't know what to say. Like obviously you want to have some kind of direction. If you don't want to listen to someone, talk first. Say your directions. Say what you want from that game, and we'll see. But like if you're like no one is talking and you say like which groups has to go where, or at least like what is the plan of the game plan, I feel like that's like a more likely result of like having someone win or not. But that's my opinion. So for me, pre-mades, I think if you're like wanting to farm honor, because obviously the honor is very good if you actually are planning to be very active and do like stuff on the map. For example, that's a good example. From 952 to 1042, we won here. I would say if we round it up, this is 9k. And then here you have 5k extra, so it would be 14k. Then you have here obviously the last one, which is 3.5, I would say, to round it up more precisely. It would be 17,500, so it is actually a very good number per hour. And that is with in mind that you're not AFKing, in mind that you are actually like active, and in mind that you're winning, but also in mind that you're having fun. I think AB is a infinite more fun PvP experience than AV. You get way more kills, way more active kills. It feels like really you are PvPing, while in AV it feels like a lot of the people are you're going to engage. They don't want to get engaged. They just like want to like auto walk and go back to graveyard kind of thing, which kind of sucks. But that's my opinion. I still think that I'm going to spam whatever the weekend is going to be. That's going to be the meta in my mind. So if next weekend, I don't know, is Warsong Gulch, I actually don't know which one it is for next weekend. Then I'm going to do Warsong Gulch. If it is AV, I'm going to spam hey AV. And I think the meta is always going to be that if it's AV weekend, you kind of drop everything and you just do AV because it's so easy to get honor. It's literally a times 2 kind of thing. So if you're gaining AV, I would say 4k honor in 8 minutes. Like you can imagine the amount of honor you would get from that double weekend kind of thing. So in general, just do AB if you want to. You can have some good honor per hour grind. Obviously, it is still a grind. It's still like going to take a lot of hours, but at least you get like a lot of fun from it. Yes, pre-made is the way. If you're not going to pre-made, you're going to be less efficient. You can still have a lot of fun by doing solo, but you're not going to have the efficiency level like you could have by AFKing in AV pretty much. So I would say that if I have to, I would say write a efficient thing, it would be that AB pre-made is superior to AV without pre-made. Excuse me, AB pre-made is superior to AV pre-made in my mind, is superior to AV non-pre-made into superior than AB non-pre-made. That's how the honor system is though. If you're like looking for fun, obviously AB is the best one, and then it's Warsong Gulch, and then it is going to be AV. I think Warsong Gulch is very dependent on your team. You can sometimes have like games where nobody dies from the honor, like the enemy team, and you kind of feel like you're getting stomped and getting farmed. While in AB, it doesn't happen often where you do get farmed to the level where nobody dies. That can happen. Like if you're like queuing versus a pre-made that has like 4 healers, it kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie, you're not going to kill anyone. But most likely, if you have enough rogues, enough like mages, you can actually go through those healers and CC them. So that's a possibility as well. So I wanted to discuss a bit about the honor grind meta while it is like a AB weekend or Warsong Gulch weekend. I think AB weekend is the most effective one compared to Warsong Gulch. It depends really if you like have a giga chat through it pretty much in Warsong Gulch. But in Arathi Basin, even if you lose, you do get honor depending on the bracket of honor of the cap you are. So I think it's every 200. I'm not sure about that. I think it's either every 200 or every 400 points you get like 200 honor. And you do get, I would say, 2.2k if you have 1 in total. So that's your total, right? And then you have the kills that you have to account it by itself as well. So that is the amount of honor you would gain like simply by playing. So if you're losing like a very tight AB, it is still not like a time loss because it is capped at a certain amount of points that you can gain. So it will never going to be superior to 30 minutes. Or at least it could go superior to 30 minutes, but it's very rare because people do give up. It just is what it is. If you see like you have 4 bases and it is like 1.5k to 1,000 points, they just give up at that point because you know they're going to most likely win with a landslide. So you do win like faster, obviously. And whenever you're losing, if you're losing not too hard with the HKs, with the points that you gain from Arathi Basin, you do get some good points as well. So you have some sort of a fallback. While in Warsong Gulch, if you get 3-0'd, you don't get any honor from Warsong Gulch. You just only get honor from the HKs that you did. So getting 3-0'd is like a bad experience. While in Arathi Basin, if you get like Again, stomped can be like if you have like 2000 to 0, you're not going to gain anything, but at least it lasts like literally just 3 minutes. Because if they have a 5 cap, it's never going to be fast, like a slow slog of losing. Generally speaking, you can just AFK, and 1 minute after, you have lost pretty much. So I just encourage a lot of people to actually play Arathi Basin. Please do some pre-mades, like get some like social thing going on. Take any class, because I think any class can work in Arathi Basin. Obviously, if you're a warrior, you would like paladins, or obviously, if you're a rogue, you would like mages, you would like priests. Those are the kinds of classes that are really in high demand. But obviously, a hunter like that is really played well is very good. A warlock that is played well is like very needed, in my opinion. I would say like again, a druid is like depending on the player. I think it's a very high skill cap class. So if you're not really good at it, you can really see it from a little eyesight of that druid, I would say. But in general, I would welcome any class to my pre-mains if I made a pre-main, because I do believe like every class has something extra, I would say, that other classes would not bring. So obviously, thank you for watching this video. Really appreciate you. Have a great day. Bye.